almost seems like this trip is bittersweet because it's been one minor annoyance after another. A couple from Michigan came in with their RV, and I'm sure they're nice people, and I don't mean anything negative towards them as people, but their decision making leaves a little bit to be desired. Anyways, I'm gonna try to figure out a way to relax for the rest of the day and quit letting things bother us so bad. I don't know. Like I said, it's been 2 months since we've been out camping, and we're kind of out of the rhythm. I think once we settle back into a rhythm, I think it'll all smooth over and be much better.
This is our handy dandy Coleman shovel that we got for Christmas from our nephew, which we use all the time. Thank you, by the way. What I'm gonna do with it is what I like to do. I'm gonna dig out the fire pit and remake it.
Speaking of fire pits, we've moved over here, and I think we found a good spot. Let me show you. We're gonna have absolute lakefront property, like the epitome of lakefront.
It's not very often that we do how-to videos, but while I'm doing this, I would like to explain to you how to do this properly. You can't just set rocks in a circle and think, I have a fire pit. You see, the ground has to be concaved, so dig it out. Therefore, the wood is setting in the ground instead of above ground. You have better control over your embers and fire.
One thing we have to really be concerned about would be the dried out, dead sort of trees around us. They're standing, but they seem weathered. One thing we have to watch out for is making sure that our fire doesn't go up and spark these trees and get them going. The plus side is that we're right here on the bank, so if it does get out of control, it's not like we can't really quickly and easily rectify that situation.
But we're state parkers. We don't have those kinds of problems.
Famous last words. My poor Olakais. These are my favorite shoes in the world, and you can tell they are starting to get worn in. Again, not the greatest hiking shoe, but they're beautiful to putz around camping.
I got that all dug out, and I've decided that I'm not gonna have to reform the rock circle. That's good enough, right? This is turning out to be just a little bit harder than we thought. They looked closer together from back there.
Some of these trees are kind of dead too, so we got to be careful that they don't collapse on our head. Make sure you don't hang your hammock on a standing dead tree. Look up, make sure it's got some life in it, some leaves, feel it, maybe kick it. Make sure it's stable before you hook your hammock to it.
That limb is good.
And judging by the metal wire here, it looks like this tree's been used quite often.
And we're gonna use it one more time. Ready?
Yep.
Yay!
Taking a bit of a risk on this one. Again, trees were further apart than I thought they were, so I'm actually having an issue. But I'm gonna go ahead and try this, and if it cracks on me, then at least I know the whole tree's not coming down. Go through here, get it nice and tight, and just twist it around a few times. Get that in there, looks nice and good. And in this case, I'll just double knot it, make it simple. And there you go. Now we got to make sure we don't repeat last night's mistake. We didn't know it was going to get that cold in the middle of the night. We assumed that it was going to be in the 50s. So we didn't really line our hammocks. She kind of did, but she didn't put any air in it. Tonight, I'm going full inflation on my sleeping pad inside that hammock so I don't freeze to death. I'm gonna try something here. I got some dry tinder, got a slightly damp paper bag. Let's see if we can get some sparks going. All right, so I got this going with this flint and steel, and I'm gonna gently carry this over, and I'm gonna set it in the fire area and put these little fat wood sticks on it, so hopefully they will ignite. And I put the little twigs on there. That would be considered kindling. And that seems like it's gonna work out just fine. Hey, at least something went well for us today. Gotta have at least one thing go our way. That little spider is not liking that smoke in his face. Run, little guy. Sorry. Those already look delicious. Yeah. They're not even cooked yet.
Way to go, HEB.
Was it? We did good. We've had ourselves one heck of a day out here in nature.
I really hope you enjoyed the day as we did, although there was a couple frustrations here and there. But overall, I think we came out on top. Have a good night.
All right, coffee's good. Next order of business, breakfast. That just ain't right.
Good.
You may be wondering why Melody is standing over there looking up at that tree and picking up that wood. Literally 30 seconds ago, we were sitting here in our chairs. We just both happened to look back and a giant branch just came crashing down from that tree over there. And it's kind of scary because our hammocks are over there. Fortunately, we hooked our hammocks to live trees. The tree that fell off is dead.
You can see where it went into the ground there.
Wow.
But yeah, it's just completely rotted.
Well, that's just proof.
Everything happens for a reason. We now have more firewood.
Okay, well, I was gonna fly the drone today, but unless I can find a place to plug it in and charge it, check this out. That's only 2 bars. In order for me to safely and comfortably fly this thing, I've gotta have 4 bars.
Well, I guess the only thing we can do right now is ask the park host if we can use his plug.
These Phantom 3 batteries charge relatively quickly. I mean, you can get a full charge from 0 to full in about an hour. So we're gonna go ask the park host if he'll let us plug in for just a little bit. Well, this is the park host, and he's not home. He's got a little doggy in there barking. Sounds cute. I took it upon myself, and I'm gonna show you what I did. He's got a power outlet, so I went ahead and plugged my drone battery into this power outlet. I'm gonna go ahead and let it charge. They charge pretty quick, so I'm not too worried about it. I left him a note. It was also a good excuse to come over here and meet the park host of this beautiful park that we like so much. We just discovered this. That's a Roadrunner. So I took my drone battery over and I plugged it into the charger, right? Yeah, it's over there charging. We're gonna go check that out. But what I forgot to do was plug my controller in, the actual receiver for the drone. It's got 2 bars and I only feel comfortable flying if it's got at least 3. So we're gonna drive back over there, swap out the battery, plug the controller in. Hopefully the park host is there and I can talk to him. If not, you know, the note will stay. Anyways, follow us. We're gonna go plug in my drone controller. I really should have charged that thing up before we came out. I didn't know if I was gonna fly or not, but either way, the controller's over there charging. Probably gonna need to wait 30 or 40 minutes to come back over and check on it. I think it would only be fair if we gave you a sort of bird's eye view of what this place looks like. Cedar Point, Lake Buchanan. Enjoy.
You know we love drones and we love showing you the drone footage. So as you've seen in previous videos, I've been able to catch the drone from midair, which is no problem. It's really cool. It's a really cool shot. Just know that if you're trying to do this yourself, be careful. These blades are very sharp. They do sell blade guards, which we do recommend.
We've mastered the art of her catching the drone as I land it. But what we were trying to do in this particular situation was have her sitting in the hammock as I flew over. And right when it flew over her head, a little gust of wind sort of shifted it and the blades got her right in the chin. She doesn't need stitches, it's just a scratch. Drones can be dangerous, so make sure you follow all the precautions. Don't do what we just did.
Don't worry about me, I'm fine. We had to show you this awesome place from the air.
Earlier we saw that branch fall down. We just both happened to look back and see that. Unfortunately, we weren't filming.
True.
But it was really close to our hammocks.
So I guess as we are trying to get back in touch with nature, nature is trying to touch us.
Where we ended up camping at was fabulous. We loved it. And we would love to come camp in this spot again. Everybody needs to come out to the lake. Spend 24 hours outside. I promise you, it will regenerate your nerves. It'll calm your senses.
Which is exactly what we've been doing the past couple of days. We're pretty tired.
One thing I want you to remember, get out and go camping. Melody's over there hard at work staring at those pork chops.
I just am pretending that I'm eating one right now.